Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, in the past, future, or present, wherever you are right now. Welcome to another scene of Changing the Dreaming 20th Anniversary Edition for the Living World of Darkness. We set our scene on the secret space between in the Steak and Sushi Bar in northern Manhattan, which also happens to be one of the Cauldron houses. If you go right through the back there, you open up into a magnificent scene. There is a great shogunate castle just on the outside view of the place, and a great rolling sort of field, and a crystal clear river running from the Shogun Palace going down, and a great giant cherry tree, constantly dripping cherry blossoms of the most vibrant colors like rain, where they pass by just right, but at the same point, they don't actually touch or intercede. Everything falls just perfectly in this stillness and this serene pleasure. Sitting right on the bank is Charles in his full Fey mane self, ivy for hair curling around him, skin pure marble, features like that of a carved statue of a Sheed. But those stained glass eyes and those sharp pointed diamond teeth, of course, reflect something else. He's sitting there on the bank, and he has 3 books next to them. One of them is the dictionary. One of them is an English to French translation guide and an English to Cantonese translation guide. And currently he is reading of the Cantonese one, and down the river, as things go by, down the river come small little boats trailing along, and on each of these little boats is a small platter of some kind of food. Some of it's ramen, some of it's sushi, some of it is various different types of food. But they keep drifting by, and sometimes his attention's more focused on the book, and eventually, every so often, he'll reach over to one of the boats and just grab, without really looking at whatever it is he's grabbing, and pick up one of the plates from the boats as they go by, drifting off into some unknown distance away from this place. But all the food seems to be drifting down the river from this castle. And he's just sitting there reading in this calm sereneness, especially after a long week of having to deal with these strange nightmares he's been having, and the hard work. It's good for just a moment to unplug. It's good for a moment to just get away. And in some respects, him being here as he's taking the sushi and placing it into his mouth and stuff and chewing on it, trying to recapture some of that magic of that meal he had over a week ago. And it's almost there, just almost, but not quite. But it's almost perfect. But he continues reading.
At that time, from what we decided, 4 girls are making their way. 2 sweet-looking ones, 1 creepy-looking one, and 1 scary-looking one. And the scary-looking one is looking to one of the sweet-looking ones, the one that has wings. And she's like, "So you managed to get some sleep last night? I'm so fucking proud of you."
I'm so fucking proud of me too.
Did you do what I do and like looking right back in the eyes and tell him to fuck off?
No, I didn't do that.
Okay, next time.
Next time. No, that's a good idea though. I should try that. I should
look the other 2. Is that what you guys do? Do you look right back at that asshole and tell him to fuck off?
Misha doesn't seem to realize you're talking to her. She looks incredibly tired, and is kind of focusing on basically walking.
Gwen's gonna reach over and like slip her arm through Misha's and just kind of like help steer her and cuddle. She feels this pain. She feels it real good.
Misha appreciates the help. Actually, that actually startles her a little bit more to attention when someone touches her. And she just looks up. Wait, what did you say something, Shaya?
Oh, you. Yeah, I was asking if that's what you do when the nightmare guy comes along. Just look back at him and tell him to fuck off.
No, I pretty much try to stay the fuck away from him.
So, for everybody watching at home, last night was the day that he finally drew his sword. He began to move the night before last, and last night was the day he finally drew his sword. Tomorrow night gets real bad.
Okay. Yeah. That sword. Oh, God. Please tell me that the sushi here is good. Because I could really use some good sushi right now.
Being a good listener, from across the way comes a sound from the cherry blossoms. Oh, it's like a dream.
Gwen looks up at the tree. Who's speaking?
Well, he's not in the tree. He's like at the base of the tree next to the bank where the cherry blossoms are falling, and there's the boat, the little boats coming at a steady pace with all the food on it and stuff, and he's just picking up another plate at this moment.
She's a little slow today because she's distracted.
Mm.
But then she sees him and stops in her tracks and then starts heading that way.
Apparently I'm being steered that way.
Everyone with her.
It's okay. Misha's very steerable at the moment.
If you start staring people in that direction, you'll see a huff from Sansa, like, really? And she'll just kind of like roll her eyes.
That fucking asshole.
So is the sushi good? As she focuses on like very simple things that she actually wants right now, as she looks at Charles.
He just sort of smiles and he reaches out and he grabs another plate, which actually has like some nigiri, so the two-piece sushi, and it seems to be the eel, the unagi, as he holds it up to her. We'll have you try for yourself, and it is his sushi from the Dreaming, so up to you on how you want to make that determination.
I'm going to assume that she probably likes it because as long as it's not rotten fish, she's probably really good with it.
Yeah. And hello, everyone. It's a pleasure to see you all again.
Oh, it's nice to see you too. How are you?
Finding tranquility.
Good job.
Hello, Sean.
Sansaray, a pleasure to see you again. I'm sorry I haven't made an appointment for a suit and tie. I just haven't had the time, unfortunately. Perhaps we can...
Go ahead. She won't cut you off.
Yeah. Perhaps at another time we will. But for now, please, everyone, sit. Join me. As much as I'm enjoying tranquility, I must say I'm missing some good conversation.
Oh, you know, whenever you, His Lordship finds time, she'll take a seat.
Finding time, yes. That's always a difficult thing. Slips away so easily. Grains of sand and all going tossed into the wind.
Gwen's gonna settle down. Settle down?
Hmm?
Settle down next to
Settle
Sansa.
down!
Well, considering we just met yesterday, as she kind of looks at Charles.
Oh, I thought that was 3 years ago. He
Oh,
smiles.
my bad. I must have gotten things all confused.
Oh,
And
don't worry.
She sort of slumps to the ground as she's talking in a very sort of like flop and holding onto her plate very tightly.
Are you ill? You don't seem well.
Not sleeping well.
I've been hearing that's been some difficulty for many. Fortunately, I wasn't quite sure whether it was work that was causing them or something else. But I've been hearing around from other changelings within Manhattan that everyone seems to be having the same nightmares.
Maybe it's something we can check into.
Well, now that my latest case has been closed, and I'm very glad as to grateful as to the success of it being finally over. then maybe I can do some more research into things. However, I'm simply going to take what free time I have for the moment and study a bit.
What are you studying?
He sort of indicates the English to Cantonese and the English to French books.
Are you
Both of them?
Are you learning because of that god person?
Yes, I figured I'd learn Cantonese because of my meeting with him. But it would help not to have to burn your tongue every single time. But it's also a very interesting language as well. And French, I figured I'd pick it up while I'm at it.
You
God.
do know you can just ask me if you want to learn French, right? Like I'm French.
Oh, you know French?
I was born in France. I just came here when I was like 6.
Huh. Well, maybe if you wouldn't mind at least sprinkling our conversation tonight with French, I can probably start picking up certain things.
I shall not.
Would you like me to confuse you? I can throw Japanese in there too, and you can just get it all confused.
Well, why not?
Misha gets sleepy and turns into a puka.
No, she actually does know Japanese. That's not a lie.
No. I know.
Oh,
Ruth is
man.
just giving her a hard time.
Oh, you said that out loud?
Oh, yeah.
Misha just kind of looks up and she said, she's like, you could not have said a nicer thing to me.
Aww. Was that puka speak?
Yes.
Well, this is going to be a very interesting night then. Please don't, please, the castle simply keeps serving out foods at random order. They don't take orders. It's whatever that catches your fancy at a glance.
She's going to snag herself another plate, like another, some sashimi as it goes by. And preferably a glass of water or something if there's some way of getting a hold of something to drink as well.
There's some that are showing trays of like drinks and stuff. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chef just takes a boat that comes past, opens her mouth like red cap style, and just drops everything in there.
Waste not, want not.
It is good.
So, I have been relatively out of the loop for the last week. I've been caught up with work and everything. Misha, you said you changed your number recently. I'm curious as to, as I explained, I was curious as to the reason behind changing the number, but I couldn't ask at the time. But
I wouldn't have explained over that, but I'll tell you now. There was somebody really questionable who I stupidly gave my number to. Well, I was incredibly drunk, so that was me trying to fix it. I'm not sure what she was, but I think she figured out that we were all something different. She was looking at us really funny as if she was super interested. And then when she got all of our numbers, she tried to leave without giving us her number. So I decided I was not going to play that game, and I changed my number.
Is she going to be a problem?
I've seen her again. She's a total bitch, but like she hasn't done anything about it since. I'll be honest, I haven't turned my phone on once I got my old numbers out.
If she becomes a problem, she has to be dealt with.
Agreed, but if we can just avoid the problem, then that's for the best. Hall never gave his number. He gave a fake number to start with, and I think Shaya said she changed hers too.
Yeah, I changed mine too. I saw her again. I mean, she doesn't seem too bad, but I'm still weary about her. Still suspicious.
Did you see her another time besides the time I did? Because she was a bitch to me.
She wasn't a bitch to me. But yeah, I mean, I'd still be suspicious about her. What did she do to you? And she'll look to me, Grant. Oh, by the way, that's remember Mira, the girl with like piercings everywhere?
Yeah, I remember the one I warned you about over text? Her.
Oh.
piercings everywhere, and Mira was her name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, watch out for her. No, when I say she was a bitch, it's because she actually made herself. I mean, she looks like she sleeps on the streets, which doesn't bother me, except that she thought she was better than me because I worked in an IKEA. Like, she literally made fun of my job.
Interesting. And tried to get all your numbers without giving hers.
Yep, she tried. Paul shamed her into giving it.
That sounds super awkward.
As long as she doesn't have to be handled, I'm happy.
He made a deal. Well, if she made a deal, she said that if we got her a drink, then she would give us her number, and then she tried to leave without doing it. So he made a point that she'd made a deal and wasn't honoring it.
Well,
So she finally did.
Well, I'm sure I'll have a very interesting conversation with her if I should meet her. And he gives a smile, only it doesn't seem like a very nice smile, despite how dazzling and beautiful those sharp diamond teeth are.
But yeah, that's why my number changed.
Well, smart move.
what about the tragedy that happened over the weekend? Theater caught fire?
Misha's face just kind of falls about the theater, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, her face kind of falls. I'm not even gonna roll Manip sub in this scene because I feel she'll just fail everything.
Mm-hmm.
What happened?
It started out really well. It was really good and fun and scary, and then they set people on fire, and then everything was on fire, and then a
And we
dark
thought
sewer opened, and then there were horrible things coming out of the dreaming.
Doesn't sound like you all read the fine text then.
well, I don't think they would have included that in the fine text.
You'd be surprised what they included in the fine text if you knew what to look for.
Did
What
it
was it?
involve we're going to set people on fire?
No, but specifically they mentioned fire being a potential hazard.
Well, this wasn't your average fire. This
No,
was
there was stuff that were on these people that kept burning even after we put the fire out. Some kind of accelerant or something. It was
And it-
bad.
burned chimerically.
Yes.
They wouldn't have put that in the fine text.
Depends on what you're looking for. And he just sort of smiles at that.
I read the fine print.
We finally got the fire out because I had to freaking unleash just so we could get the fire out.
So are you absolutely sure that's Alan? Or something like that? Are you sure? What are they? He said Alan kind of offhandedly. I wrote for it.
Some kind of black spidery things.
Excuse me.
That is interesting. So, what's being done about it? Do you know?
I'm trying to find some way of finding out what the police have on what that gooey stuff was.
What precinct? Do you know?
I can't remember. Wasn't it in the Bronx?
It was in the Bronx.
Yeah.
Fiona territory. She's going to watch Carreras' face real closely when she says it's Fiona territory. Just out of curiosity.
Okay, I'm gonna have a manip slub on that actually. Let me bring up my sheet. Oh, you're having issues, are you, computer? Of course you are. 4 to 4 plus 2, is that my sub? Sorry, and subversive specially would not apply on this one because I'm not trying to make things seem like it's your idea, or it could be. Maybe it's my own. Maybe I'm making assumptions about things. Anyway, Roll in 6 dice. Star. 10. Da-da-da-da. For a week, you'd think I'd be better at all this. But there we go. 1 success.
Santre will point out, well, that doesn't sound like a Fiona problem. That sounds like an us problem.
I'm trying to remember. So, Ma, you only got 1 success as well?
Yeah.
And I'm the defender on this, so very impassive. He doesn't seem to show like any detail of things whatsoever. Doesn't seem to have an opinion. At least he doesn't look like he has one.
Misha will look at Sansa and just be like, well, the Baron did send over a healer for us, and he has been informed. I don't know how he took it or anything,
MA.
but we all when I called the water, it kind of made all that stuff spread, so everybody got hit. It was kind of terrible.
Well, if those things are in his domain, it should be very prudent that it be brought under control, because if he can't keep order and it becomes a national, and it becomes a kingdom concern, he might lose a lot.
And the problem would be if I were to get involved would be across, it'd be seen as, despite my low ranking, it would probably be seen as a sort of investigation, an invasion of sorts, sticking our nose into other kingdoms' businesses, or baronies, I should say.
So, as Charles said, it's his problem. If it becomes our problem, then we kind of raise her eyebrows.
That doesn't mean I couldn't try at least to get some information about what the police reports are saying. Just because certain things are, I have some connections within the police force, so I might be able to get something. Can't guarantee anything, though.
Please try. If we could get some kind of an idea of what that thing is, I think it's possible that maybe between me and Maneva, we might be able to figure it out. At least get some idea, because whatever it is does chimerical damage too.
So not just gray damage as well.
Right. So I was guessing maybe it was some sort of maybe knocker made type thing that has an existence in both parts.
Possibly.
But if we can find out what it is, maybe we can trace it back to who made it, and then we can figure out if this was on purpose. And if someone has the power to do this on purpose, then we got problems.
I mean, I heard that the owner wasn't available for talking or didn't want to go, which is kind of suspicious.
Oh, that really piques my interest, actually. Wonder what wonderful things he'd have to say for himself, or herself, or itself.
It's too bad. They did such a good job.
It actually was the first one was really, really good. It's just all those dead humans afterwards.
Well, you can enter whenever you want.
You guys can join whenever, yeah.
Well, then Dessa will be coming in. She's got a cup of coffee, and she's in her usual predominantly black pseudo-Victorian wear, parasol in one hand, a shawl over her head because it's fairly cool out this evening. And she's walking towards a fairly quiet spot a little ways down the river from you guys to pick up food.
Misha will sort of wave to her as she passes.
Sancho waves to her.
Yeah, he's waiting.
Ruth is still trying to figure out why we came somewhere where you have to chase your food. She watches Sansari. Here I go again. She watches Dessa with a little bit of concern, like, oh, she's chasing the food. Come back.
All you have to do is wait.
And she'll smile and kind of raise her cup towards Gwen, Misha, and Sansare.
Friend of yours?
I don't think I've ever actually been introduced or anything, but
Client of mine.
I've seen her.
She's a client of mine.
Well, Phil, don't be, well,
What are you trying to say?
please go ahead and invite her over. Don't let her feel like she has to sit on the bank away from us.
Sansa will get up from his seat and make her way over to Dessa.
Yes, my dear.
I'd like to make introductions if you're available.
Certainly. And she will rise and walk over with you.
Alright, so this probably has to be the singlest, creepiest thing you've seen in a while, but... everyone, Dessa. We have Charles.
He smiles with the diamond teeth.
Misha, my good friend Ruth, and I can't say what's your character's name, Nelson?
Shaya.
And Shay.
We met. Good to see you again.
Nice to meet you. As she looks at Dessa. Finally, I should say.
And she smiles. It's a pleasure. Ruth, my dear, it's good seeing you again.
Dessa, it is a pleasure to meet you. Please have a seat. It would be remiss for you to sit on your own while the rest of us here are having a good time.
How have you been?
Busy.
Oh?
Struggling to sleep. Well, yes, you remember the large book that I was carrying last time, a few times ago.
How's it going?
Quite exciting. Seems to be a log from a very old village in southern Europe.
Neat.
How far have you gotten?
Few dozen pages in, translating such old words as taxing.
And
Say
invigorating.
the least.
I would assume as well.
Oh, it can be.
Tell me, do you know much about some of the languages of this of the Gray? I'm just dabbling. I'm just now beginning to dabble into them, and I'm finding them very fascinating.
I know a fair bit. I can understand most every language with little effort.
I'm afraid I have to cheat in some regards, but I'm very quick at picking up a number of them as well. I usually identify them and figure out certain structures very easily, very quickly. I'm actually beginning to feel like I'm getting a handle. I mean, I just started these books today, as he said, as he points to the two English to Cantonese and French dictionaries, but even then they were very limiting. They don't give us everything we need as far as sentence structure and everything. I'm sure by the end of the week, I should have them both mastered.
That is a possibility, depending on your devotion to your studies.
No. Words are my studies. the language and context, the contours, the syntax, structure, and all.
Dessa looks up towards Misha. Have you seen Ron? He'd said something about you two wanting to speak to me.
He's been busy this last week, but you're right, we did want to.
Well, that's an opening if I've ever seen one. Speaking of Ron, currently, dear Ron is entering the bar. Now, you won't exactly be able to see Ron because he's currently hiding behind a 6-something redcap who's just strolling in like she owns the place, which is frankly how she enters anywhere, honestly. But if you've got it, flaunt it. This redcap is currently talking to Selkie, another Selkie on her right, just chatting around the world, little bits and things. Currently, they've got plans to do a little shark therapy, but honestly, they wanted to get food first, and what better place than here? Karina's gonna turn after they make their way inside and kind of reach around, grab the hiding Selkie, and pull him out to her left. No. Out here. You hear that? Stop hiding.
He groans, makes a face, and just awkwardly shuffles along beside her with his eyes pointed to the ground.
Misha will actually brighten if she sees Ron.
Gwen waves to all of them.
Hey, Wings! What's up? Hey, Ron, look, it's Wings.
Hey,
How's it
Gwen.
going?
Wait. Do my eyes deceive me? Or are those the most gorgeous teeth I've seen? She's gonna make her way going towards Charles.
He sort of snaps out of his reverie. Karina,
teeth.
pleasure to see you again. And
Pleasure to see your teeth again.
I'm sure.
At the mention of his teeth, Ron looks up slightly, like, "Oh, that's who this is."
As you see, pure diamond, but sharpened like fangs.
Like mine.
Karina-
She's gonna give him a really broad smile.
He gives Karina an approving look.
Listen, these are the prettiest teeth I've seen so far. They make a beautiful tiara. So pretty. So very pretty.
And Brooke, a pleasure to see you again. And
Charles, where have you been? I haven't seen you all week.
He tilts his head for a moment as he's examining her. She says, "Oh, I've been busy. There's been there was an interesting murder investigation. The body was not very cooperative, so we had to crack him open to speak to his organs. Took some time. Our mortician is incompetent."
I kind of know the feeling, man.
Ugh, dead jokes.
Hey, if anyone gets to make them, I do.
I mean,
Why is that?
You've actually... Oh, Sharkbait here had an interesting encounter with a fucking moron.
Mm-hmm.
Hey now.
Hey now.
Who said hey now? Hey now who? Hey
Gwen
now
is
what?
She just starts
Colonel will
singing
turn.
that. Hey now. Hey now.
Colonel's
This
gonna
is what
turn.
dreams are made of.
Karina's gonna turn in the direction of the hey now. Yes.
It's Gwen sitting next to Shea, who's frowning hard.
Karina's just gonna grin. I don't speak Puka, so I know I told the truth. She's gonna turn back around towards Charles.
No, you spoke your opinion. You didn't speak necessarily truth.
I'm curious.
So it's not moronic?
What? I didn't hear you.
So it wasn't a moron move? Please, by all means, legitimize the action. I'd be really interested to hear.
That's
Was
what
it
I.
a fair fight?
It was a fair fight. It was within the rules.
If he's apologized, it just seemed a little bit unkind to stand next to her and speak like that.
Talk like it's furniture.
Unfriendly.
That's exactly what Karina does, though. She seems to
Murder
just
is also
want to
quite
intimidate the shit
unfriendly.
out of poor Shea.
Murder is really unfriendly. I mean, murder people you don't know, that's perfectly fine. But someone that you were cool with, that's a little bit, what's the word? Charles, it's rude.
Brooke,
right? That's rude.
did she apologize? I think she did.
Does an apology really make up for murder, though?
Is there
I'm
nothing she
sorry.
can do?
Before we go over whether things can be done or not done and stuff, I'm a little confused. Perhaps if you start from the beginning, maybe I can have a better understanding of the
By
situation.
all means. Brooke, do you want to tell the story? You were right there. No. Ron, do you? Oh no, wait, not you, Ron, not you. Don't tell the story.
Oh,
Sorry, honey.
Ron's already slinking back from the conversation.
Karina's
He
made a real
wants
sad
nothing to
face.
do with this confrontation.
Karina's gonna
Nope.
look a real sad face. I'm so sorry. That was wrong of me to pull you in. I'm sorry, honey. Brooke, do you want to say no? Misha. No. How about you? Yeah, you with the pink fucking hair. Do you want to say something? How about explain?
How about you not
Charles
confront
was not
every single
here.
person you know? Jesus Christ, why must you confront everybody all the time?
She doesn't confront me.
Well, maybe that's because you suck up
That's
to
because
Oh, yeah, totally.
yeah, you totally suck up to me. Honestly.
Mm-hmm.
He asked to hear the story, not a litany of who's here. Shea, tell it. It's your story as much as anyone's, unless Brooke wants to tell it.
Oh, no, I'd love to hear it from the other side.
Charles
And
is
Karina's just
actually-
gonna take
I
a
think-
seat and lounge.
Charles,
Here's
during
the
this
lounge.
entire exchange of everyone arguing and stuff, has actually just sat back and he's just smiling as he's watching and listening and watching everyone's actions, seeing Ron slink away, watching the confrontation and everyone's reactions to the situation, just getting the verbal and the nonverbal cues out of everything, and it's very interesting. Like, he's having the time of his life right now. That's what he looks like. There's no need for him to nip sub. He's enjoying
the shit out of it.
I will note that even though Ron did slink back from the conversation, he did look like he was unhappy about the entire thing as well. So
Ruth is going to manip sub to not look anything.
I'll,
4 dice.
While the rolls are going on, I want to ask something.
Yes.
Hey, Charles, would you let me roll a stealth check to just walk up and appear behind you?
Oh, of course.
Ooh.
Okay.
Please tell me his back is to the water, so you just, like, sneak in,
Well, his back
sloshing
is-
through the water.
His back is actually, he's leaning against the cherry tree. So
Oh, damn it.
yeah. So I mean, he
just
could like
appears
swing
in the cherry tree.
Yeah, I mean, he could like swing
Yes.
down under.
His face just peers out of the bark, like, hey, what's up?
Oh my god,
Right.
upside down, because he's a fucking bat. Just
Yep.
like, yes.
Do it.
Exactly.
Do it.
Do it, man. I need to roll Percept Imp anyway, just to see if I'm catching everyone's reactions. I think I'm only rolling 5 dice. Sorry, I'm still trying to get used to these fucking sheets. No, it's only 4 dice. Awareness, right? Awareness. Well, actually, it's all part of the same roll. Like, no, per ep. Yeah, never mind.
Oh,
Well,
that's a
would you
lot of sneak dice.
Would you like
Well,
to roll a perception?
Ooh.
I'm gonna let you have it.
The
That looks
sneaky
really good.
That's
I don't
only
think I can beat
Snick,
5.
Snick.
No, that's 2 successes because of nightmares.
Oh, right, because difficulties. Well, I guess I could roll. Let me roll my.
Try.
Let me roll my emp first.
I mean,
Oh, did that not work? Backslash.
the R.
Oh, that's right.
You're missing the R, hon.
Yeah, I see that. Only 1 success.
We died.
The snicker bat has won.
I'm just gonna give the bat it. I'm not gonna worry about rolling it. I'll give him his stealth up. Charles is currently just too engrossed in the conversation and trying to see if he's getting everyone's read on things.
Shay is about to look up to tell her story, and she just sees the bat. She's like, "Oh shit!"
There's an upside down June face next to Charles' head.
Charles sort of like is startled out of his reverie as he's like beginning to get a read on the situation. He sort of jumps at Karina's oh shit. He sees that. Ah!
Shay is oh shit.
Shay is.
Karina would yell,
what
the fuck is that?
Ah! He sort of gets up for a moment.
Oh, hey.
And then he sort of like gets up, like he's like absolutely startled by this thing. It just completely caught him off guard, and he's staring at this thing for a moment. Before he blinks for a moment, and then he smiles with his stained glass eyes, and then he smiles again. Oh, June, very good to see you again. I must admit, you got quite the fright on me. Good job.
Currently Europe.
How's the head, Betty?
Does anyone know where my bike is?
I think it's still at Vixen.
Probably.
Brooke, is it still at Vixen?
Yep. And the keys are with
their manager, I think. Is that who the cute blonde is?
Cute blonde? No. She's just a waitress.
Okay.
No, it's probably with what's her face? Hannah. It's with Hannah.
He's gonna nod upside down and then like wrap his wings around him and like just keep looking at the group.
Okay, so story time is happening. Stick around or hang around? Also, do you want sushi?
No, I'm nauseous.
Moves aside. No. If you puke on the shoe.
The audience for story time just left. Dang it.
The audience can still hear
He said he can hear.
Good. Okay.
Okay, Sharon goes. She takes a breath. We went to Kiss My Shamrock for the underground fights they have there, and well, a few fights went. Michelle first fought Batman over here, and Misha won. Bats nearly died, but thanks to some magic they had, they revived him. And then there was a second fight with two other changelings. One, and she'll try to remember, a Puka and a Knocker. And the Puka won by nearly setting the other one on fire, from what I remember. But apparently they managed to, the other one survived, or they may manage to revive him. Not too sure what happened. Third fight came, one of them just gave up, and so I should look down. Then it was me against Rook, and they spin the wheel to see what the rules were. It was fist fight, but they said teeth were allowed. I asked again to make sure teeth were allowed, and so the fight went on. I went to attack, but I bit, but I bit a lot more than I wanted to.
Tell him how much you bit.
I was about to. I bit her leg off. It wasn't my intention. It was stupid, but
anyone want to percept empathy Charles's reactions right now?
Oh,
I'm
hell
just gonna
yeah.
do perception. Karina's got no empathy.
Okay.
try it.
Yeah.
I'll try it.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna peony.
Did the seals just walk in? The things. Oh shit.
Did you miss out on that entire thing?
Oh yeah, I stepped away. What happened? What I miss?
Oh damn.
Story time.
Charles got to hear the story.
Yeah, Shea told their version of the story.
Oh shit.
Oh yes. Even with a higher diff, I still have 2 successes.
Hey.
Oh. You'll
Alright,
see.
let's hope this shit works.
I got 3.
Tasha's not peeing anything. You just.
I just got 1.
So everyone's got either 2 or 1, correct? Anyone got more?
I got 3.
Oh, you got 3. Okay.
Ooh,
Cool.
la la.
La, la, la.
Ooh.
La la.
For the 2, I'll give the 3. I'll give 3 successes a little bit extra. But for the 2 people, for the 1 and 2 people, Charles is smiling. He's been smiling this entire time, but it's not a nice smile. It's actually like an angry smile. Is the best way I can put it. Like everything he's hearing. He's been like pleased to be hearing the story finally, but just his mood seems to be just the smile's just getting wider and wider, like way too wide for it to be a good smile. It's a smile that he's like forcing to keep himself from frowning or seeming to get like out of control. It is like his lips are twitching just because of just how angry he is from what he's hearing. For the 3 people, it's not. For Ron, I'm assuming you got the 3. There's also a bit of disappointment there as well. It's not just anger. There's disappointment.
Okay.
And it's not exactly quite certain who, but like there's just some very deep disappointment at something. All right,
Brooke?
I was yelling people to save her. I was screaming for people to save her, but it took a while. They saved her in the end. I'm so glad she's alive, but I regret it.
I don't remiss you for following the rules. It was very clearly stated what was allowed.
The story's not over.
Oh?
You'll see Sansa A look at Ruth, roll her eyes, because she's heard this story before, and like, eat sushi. She's done with this.
I mean, she didn't even hear it before. She was there.
Oh no, like I was talking about before, there was another scene where where Sansa and Ruth had a discussion about this. Specifically about this.
Everyone's Brooke.
No. No, Ruth was addressing Brooke.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to hear the rest of the story.
You mean the part where I woke up, or
is that all?
Nothingness?
Is that all that happened?
Yeah, how does it feel to be dead, Brooke?
Oh, it's quite unnerving. It's basically just a void.
Is it cold or is it hot? Is it like
you can't even
medium
feel
temperature? Really?
Nothing to feel. It's just you can't feel anything, you can't see anything, you can't hear anything.
Well, and I hope it
Just
was a very potent lesson for you, Brooke. And that's the moment where he actually like sort of snaps for a moment.
Oh, really, Charles?
Yes, a very potent lesson for you, you dumb little girl.
And there,
Run.
Brooke's gonna look at Karina.
You want me to roll my...
Karina, do a peony.
I'm about to roll my minute sub, actually.
I'm rolling my charisma intimidate, by the way.
Ron is actually like taken aback by Charles's reaction and is wondering what is going on. But
Karina's got one.
Okay, I failed mine. I failed my minute sub. So
no.
Charles.
Karina sees what she feels.
Nisha grins. She grins at this.
You know when Brooke gets a look in her eye that says something's about to go down, and that something is gonna be physical.
Apparently,
that's the look that you're getting from her.
What the heck? It said Avada Kedavra on my fucking charisma intimidate. What the hell?
It means you mistyped it. You mistyped. You have to fix something in it.
Well, apparently you're dead.
You forgot
the second time.
I intimidated you.
You forgot the
again.
hashtag before the words.
There we go. Ah,
Not
God.
again. Brooke, we're gonna be calling you Jean Grey the number of times you're fucking dying.
Okay.
Charles, also get a P&E on Sansa. That's important.
Oh, that's wow. -1. That's 4 successes on Charisma Intimidate.
Also, take a P&E on Sansa. It's important.
Okay.
Yeah, Misha looks very supportive of your words because I failed. So
This is actually, and for everyone who's met Charles before, this is the first time he's really gotten like rude.
Oh, I don't know. He's a
Right.
He's
Karina
totally...
sees what is looking at Sanzare.
Jesus, 2-1.
She gets 2 successes.
That's a bot on Chancere's.
You already okay.
Hold on. I'm sorry.
When she said stupid girl, it was just like, yeah, he's right.
Wait, that's what she gets for a botch?
No, not the botch.
Oh.
No, she's talking. They're talking to me.
Yeah.
Karina saw.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm dumb.
No, you're not dumb. You just misread it. It's fine.
Sorry. 2 successes for the peony.
Yeah. Whatever iciness you were getting from her, like, switched. Like, this is like the first smart thing you said today.
Me or the yeah.
Well, what you just said was like the first smart thing that came out of your lips. That's the look that she's giving you.
Yeah, and 4 successes on that Charisma Intimidate, just to keep in mind. Like, he is like furious, and not only that, like that the complete alien nature of him. Those teeth seem sharp. That you can actually see that red tongue, blood red, sort of just like lick across his teeth for a moment, and his eyes, those stained glass eyes. There's almost like a fire behind them and stuff, and he sort of stands up in front of Brooke.
No, Brooke actually went over to him from where she was standing.
Yeah.
He went directly to him, beelined him.
Yep.
But he also intimidated you, so
yeah. But I also have short fuse, so
I'm just saying you throw something.
The intimidation, she might not actually, touch him, but she's not gonna back down either.
No, what I'm saying is you have to roll something against his intimidate.
Actually, doesn't because it's so.
Oh, really?
The person.
Okay. All right.
She has free will to act the way she wants to act.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
That's up to her.
Okay.
Now.
So now they're standing up, and pretty much Charles looking down at her, and.
Yeah. No. Brooke got into his face.
Mm-hmm.
And she's gonna say, "God, I need to come up with a good insult."
Yeah.
You hang around Karina, you can do this.
Yeah, do it. Come on.
I know.
Give it your best shot. This is where the real boxing comes in.
Right?
Yeah.
Listen here, you bleach-faced motherfucker. I went in for a goddamn bare fist fight. Yes, they said that she could use her teeth, but guess what? No one's dumb enough to take 32 fucking knives to a goddamn fist fight.
Oh.
Does this excuse the fact that she broke the right of life? Because I think it really does.
Oh, I'm not going to forgive
she
her
was
on
my
that.
fucking friend. Do you really think I'd think my fucking friend would bite half my goddamn leg off, killing me in seconds, and just what the fuck did you think I would expect, huh?
I would have expected you realize that those were the risks of what you were going into when you decide to go down to the most base fucking level of your being. Oh, I thought you had more in you, Brooke. That's what disappoints me about you. You had more. You had fucking potential.
Fight for a fucking show really is the basest thing of my being. Really.
Oh yes.
Fights
yes, it is.
No, that's not. If I went to the ocean and shat and pissed and ate fish all day long, that would be the basic aspect of my nature. Going to a fight for fun, for entertainment, not just for myself, but for everyone around me?
Yes!
That is not base.
Yes!
So why don't you get that
fucking is!
out of
yes,
your
it fucking is! You know why? Because that's what destroys everything! That's what destroys societies! That's what destroys lives! That's what destroys things! You want to entertain people? Fine!
Really, it's really actually not what destroys things.
Excuse
It's
me.
big fucks like you making decisions for everyone else in the world, deciding who gets to live, who gets to die, who is base and who isn't. That's what destroys the fucking world. People like you who start wars over the smallest little things.
Don't turn this into a fight about him being a she when that's not even what his point was.
Oh, shut the fuck up, Misha, you dumb
shut
bitch.
the fuck up. You're a dumb bitch, you whore.
Yeah, I'm totally a whore.
Wow, you're really creative, Misha. Honestly, like so fucking creative.
So,
I have a question,
Tell
Charles.
me how creative that was. Tell me how creative it was.
Charles, I have a question.
While
Why
everyone is
are you
fighting-
upset at Brooke and not her? And she points over to the pink-haired red cap.
Ruth.
I mean, there's nothing more disappointing than a fucking stereotype.
While
Even
everyone
I'm
is
disappointed.
fighting and everyone is shouting, Gwen is going to try to literally grab the people who are not shouting.
It's
Shea
exactly
and Sansari, and literally leave, because this is a cauldron house of the Daron, and we are violating their hospitality. And if you violate the hospitality of the Daron, they're not happy. And she is pretty sure everyone here is going to get kicked out and then die. So she fucking exits.
Soon as the
Karen's
tirade
gonna
went,
get up and grab Brooke. Come on, kid, we're leaving.
Good, I want to see fucking, what's the shark's name out of character?
We're gonna go see Bonita. It's really, really, really unwise to just not, alright?
Great, I'm happy to see Bonita.
We're gonna
She's
see
better than
Bonita.
these fucking people.
We're gonna see Bonita, and then we're gonna drink, and you know what? We're gonna talk about shark therapy and why sharks are fucking awesome. Come on. And she picks her up. Ron,
Wait, what style? What style is she picking her up? We need to know this.
Like a fucking barrel, underneath her arms, her feet are dangling. We're going.
Yes, please talk
she's a
some sense
purse.
Yes, please talk some sense into her before she decides to throw herself into the shark's maw.
Charles? Charles?
Hmm.
Don't be rude. At least not here. And she's gonna roll her eyes and walk away.
Brooke's just gonna go on her phone, pull out her headphones. Oh wait, no, we're in the dreaming, aren't we?
Yeah, don't pull out your phone. That's a bad idea, honey.
Yeah, never mind. But when they get out of the dreaming, she's gonna pull out her phone, put out her headphones, and just turn on music.
When they get out of the dreaming, she's going over her shoulder, like fireman style. Yes. Brooke.
Mm-hmm.
Brooke.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet, sweet, stupid child.
Mm-hmm.
The fuck you pick a fight with a she? You know how they are.
And you know how I am. I can't take that shit. Can't take that shit.
But here's the thing. They're not going to
Blaming someone for someone else's actions. Oh, yeah, you're totally the one who deserved to be murdered because, oh yeah, you went into a fist fight.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's victim blaming. Fuck that shit.
You know what? Now you know. They're going to be okay with Shea being a murderer because Right of Life apparently has no real grounding because you went after it. You were totally going for that. Mm-hmm. And that's just how they are. If they're victim blaming, they're victim blaming. And you know what, kid? Now you know better.
Mm-hmm. Guess who? I'm not going to hang out anymore.
In honesty, you can't trust a fucking red cap.
I can trust you.
Yeah, I'm a shit red cap. There's nothing worse than a stereotype.
Ron will pipe up and say, she's not like the other red caps. Very quietly.
No, I'm fucking not. But you know what? That's alright. It's A-okay.
Didn't even get any fucking salmon, damn it.
Shut the fuck up. We'll pick up fish on the way there. You don't think there's fucking sushi shops by the fucking ocean?
If Brooke is slung over Karina's shoulder by now, Ron will fucking put some sushi in her mouth.
Thank you for shutting her up, Ron.
Yep.
She chews and says thank you.
He nods and shoves some more in there. He's got a whole plate of it.
And also, Brooke.
Mm-hmm.
You're coming up with better comebacks. Seriously, if Misha can pull out whore, you have to have something better than that because goddamn, come on, kid, you've got material. Stop wasting everything.
Well, I mean, I did kind of use a good one on Charles.
You did, and I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
Stupid idea in a fucking cauldron house, but I'm very proud of you. Now, direct that at people who deserve it.
I can claim ignorance.
Well, now you're not. All right? So do better.
I will.
Stupid kid. Come on. Let's get to the train.
Aside from Charles, is anyone else still in the dreaming? Just out of curiosity.
Oh yeah, Nisha's still in there with you.
June's still there.
Just got up and sat further away again, where it's quiet.
Did Gwen pull them out completely out of the thing, or just away from the fight?
Oh no, all the way out.
No, like Sasha is like hysterical. It's like we need to get the fuck out of here before we all die.
Yeah, and unless Shea like physically struggled, Brooke would have. Brooke, oh my goodness. Whatever my character.
Yes. What did I do? What did do?
No, I'm just picking other people's names again.
Thank you.
Would have pulled
You
Shea
could be
off.
Brooke for a while. It's a bit taxing.
Everyone's Brooke. Everyone's Brooke. It's okay.
Charles.
Yes, June.
There's a tug on your arm.
Yes, June.
Can you teach me that?
Teach you what?
What you just did.
You mean try and school a young child on her mistakes?
I was much more interested in the way you did it.
I think I'm officially done with that whole thing. Because it seems really obvious. None of them are ever going to ever see the reality of the situation. So
Zara finally starts to calm down a bit.
I just get
I apologize to everyone who still remains here and to our hosts for my outburst. That was uncalled for, but that's a very sore subject. I'm still very disappointed in the lot of you. He says, as he goes give a glance to everyone, he goes, I expected so much more out of every single one of you.
What are you expecting more out of us? I'm so confused by this.
So it takes a moment. Violence. Violence is as much as it's a harsh reality in this world of gray, it's not what we should be falling upon to or relying upon to solve our issues, whether for fun or for pleasure or anything like that. It's so base and disgusting. We are far more than animals, are we not? We're far more than mortals, are we not? We're far more than any of these things. We are dreams incarnate, aren't we? And yet we fall into those same sort of levels as the mortals, as the animals, fighting.
Oh, so it's the
drawing blood, shitting.
It's the Fight Club you didn't like then.
See, if June could have gotten eye hearts in like his entire life, this would be the moment.
No, Misha literally just asked that. So it's the Fight Club that you're disapproving of.
Oh, I disapprove of the Fight Club. Oh, it's not in my jurisdiction or my power to shut it down, but that's the Baron of Brooklyn's problem, isn't it? Or not Brooklyn, it's the Bronx. Whatever, it's the same shit.
No, I can listen to what you have to say about it. By all means, it's cool.
You all knew the risks. What Brooke doesn't realize, Shea, while you're...
Hold on, is Shea here?
No, I think she is. Shea's still here.
Oh, no, she got dragged out.
Oh.
He can go outside and yell at her.
True, but Chea's not here. Oh well.
No,
Maybe later. Maybe later.
That's actually one of the arguments that I have about the whole thing too. Is that she went into an illegal fighting cage, and for some reason thought there was no risk when there's a redcap's teeth involved. She could have backed out at any moment. Don't get me wrong, I thought too, but I knew the risks. As she looks at June.
See, as I said, the rules were stated, the teeth were allowed. I don't mind that. I really don't. And while the right of life was violated, and I am angry about that, don't get me wrong, I'm still angry. But the thing you have to understand is that everyone knew exactly what they were going in for. And if that dumb little girl can't get it through her fucking head the consequences of her own actions, of her going into that when she has so much potential to be so much more. Oh, that little girl has no respect from me anymore. I think we should all leave.
I think you're probably right. And Misha will kind of look up into the air as well, because there's no host in sight as far as she knows. But she's just going to be like, my apologies to the host of this Freehold.
My fellow squire, my deepest apologies. My actions were out of turn. I accept that they are out of turn. Please look upon my outburst kindly.
There's another tug on Charles's arm.
Yes.
Can I buy you a drink? I want to talk to you.
Sure. I'd love to chat. And I think with that, as they all leave the Freehold part, at least of the dreaming, going their second ways, unless anyone wants to add anything final, I think this is a good place to end the scene.
There is one thing I want to add.
Mm-hmm.
As Sansa is talking to Gwen, as they're both walking down the street, like, not today, Satan.
Not today, Satan!
Now you see why I said what I said?
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't trying to be mean, but...
I didn't think you were. I think it can still be fixed. But it's a dangerous game.
I'm not going to play that game with you.
It's okay.
I know how that game ends.
Gwen kind of slumps a little bit. It doesn't have to.
How do you know that?
We have time. A little bit of time. We can try again.
If she hit him, that's her life. No questions asked.
Sorry, what'd you say? If she what?
If she struck him, that's her life.
Brooke did not touch anyone.
You're not here. Mute yourself.
Right.
Oh, I didn't mean that. I don't know about that being fixed. That's something else. I mean, for Shea.
I don't know. She looks and kind of shrugs.
And Brooke. There's not enough of us to spare that kind of thing. We'll figure it out. But I know what you mean.
Yeah.
About the Darwan.
Do you really?
Yeah. I really do.
And she gives you that, not a sympathetic look. It's kind of like if you only knew the half of it.
Shay will take a breath. Can we just wait for Misha and go somewhere else? I think I need a drink.
I'm going home. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
We'll go out again sometime.
If it's as eventful as this, then maybe.
No, someplace nice and quieter.
Quieter is...
You keep strange company going.
Yeah. She just grins.
And she'll give, soft wave. Put up her parasol and walk down the street.
And once...
Gwen will take Shay out for a drink.
And yeah, once Misha comes out, Shay will say, Misha, thanks for having my back. Gwen, thanks for pulling me out of all the yelling.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I just don't think it's right that she just thinks she can just not make good decisions and then throw all the blame on you. Like, there's blame on both, really, but she just refuses to even see it. It just it's fucking stupid. But I shouldn't have yelled in there. Shouldn't have yelled in there.
I mean, everyone yells sometimes. So yeah, let's go somewhere quiet and drink there.
Misha, did anybody hit anybody in there?
I'm sorry,
Did anybody hit anybody in there?
No.
Okay.
There was just yelling. And
Good.
And apparently Charles is disappointed with not just her, but all of us. All of us who were at the fights. Which
That'll
just,
be
I can sort of see his point, but it is what it is.
As long as nobody hit anybody.
There was no hitting. In fact, Charles and I both apologized.
I don't know if you can just apologize.
Well, we
hope
did
that
the
works
best
out.
we could. We did the best we could, and if something else needs to happen, then I'll take care of it, and I assume he will too.
If anything is happening, will you let me know?
Sure.
I'll help.
I mean, I don't know if you can. If I have to do something nice for them, that's on me. I pay my debts. If I fuck up, I fuck up.
I'll help.
But she just kind of looks over. Yeah, if there's an issue, we'll see what happens. But I'll let you know either way.
Now drinks. Yes? Good.
Chill
She
out.
drags them both off.
All right, and I think with that, I'm going to end the scene. Thank you, everyone, for watching and listening in the past, present, future. This has been another scene for the Living World of Darkness, Changeling 20th edition. I'm sure we're going to have a wonderful chats over at the end of this and separate scenes going on as well. So talk to you all later. Bye-bye.